Welcome back to Wookies on X-Wing. My name is Matt.
I'm John.
And today we've got the second game of our round one of the Maritime Regional X-Wing Championships here in Fredericton.
So these are two interesting lists that I am very excited to see. So we have Mathieu, and he is using Chewie, Predator, Gunner, 3PO, and the Falcon. So kind of a nice mix with Chewie. Leebo with Lone Wolf, Heavy Laser Cannon, Recon Specialist, and that's it.
That's it.
It doesn't have the Outrider title.
It's a little bit of an interesting Leebo build. First look, it looks like it's trying to cover as many bases as possible. So we'll see how that works out.
I'm very interested to see. I would like to ask him why he doesn't put on the Mangler Cannon with the Outrider title, because I think that would have been a really nice matchup. We get range 3 at all ranges kind of thing, rather than having a weird 2-4 business going on. But let's go talk about what Chris has.
So Chris is playing Rendar with Lone Wolf, a Recon Specialist, the Mangler Cannon, and the Outrider title. So a nice, solid DPS dash here. And he's got a Blue Squadron pilot with advanced sensors, and a Gold Squadron pilot with R3A2, the BTL Y-Wing title, and an Ion Cannon.
And for those of you at home that are wondering what that droid does, that basically is, if you shoot at somebody, you can gain a stress to give a stress. Combine that with the Y-Wing title, you can shoot at somebody twice in a round, possibly ionize them, and give them out 2 stress. And because you're a Y-Wing, you don't really care too much that you're stressed, because
actions, who needs them?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you are locked with your turret to only fire straight ahead.
Yeah. And so, Chris here, he's playing with a couple low pilot skills. Dash, he's, nice medium to high pilot skills, so it should be interesting.
So I think this would be kind of neat in the sense that, from what I know of the Scum and Villainy, a lot of them want to play 2 separate battles going on at the same time. A lot of the time it's 2 fights going on, and both of these players here are playing into that. They both want to have 2 micro battles in this overall macro battle.
Yeah, so it looks like we've got Chewie has decided to pick a fight with Dash, and the 2 little fighters are going to go after Leebo. So we'll see who comes out on top there.
Well, I think that for Chris, having Leebo over to fight his little fighters is a really solid choice, just because once Leebo gets too entangled with those fighters, it's going to be very difficult for him to shake them. A B-Wing is always good. A B-Wing with advanced sensors is right up my alley. And then on top of that, Chris's Dash Rendar is very solid. It has the Lone Wolf, it has the Mangler Cannon. It wants to be at range 3 and pluck off the Falcon's shields. Very safe range 3. And then once it's done dealing with the Falcon, if it deals with him in a timely manner, then it can go and assist. But I have a feeling that the B and the Blue Squadron pilot and the Gold Squadron pilot, they're going to make some short work of Leebo and then move to assist with the Falcon.
And the nice thing about Dash, we have the asteroids. It's a little different than a lot of the games we've seen recently. They're just in the middle of the board. They're almost completely occupying the center of the board.
Yeah, and that's beautiful for Dash, because Dash can just maneuver around them.
He can just fly right through them. He doesn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not like the Dash crewman where he can shoot through them, but he's like, asteroid, that's cool. I'm going to reach out and touch it and give it a kiss.
Oh, yeah. Especially since we now have the debris fields, which add just another layer to the game. Whether or not Mathieu is going to want to fly through that debris field or, have to go around it just because of what it does. It no longer just saps your action, it stresses you out. And it could possibly, do a crit, which it doesn't really matter that much because you have a shield, but
it's more annoying.
It's more annoying than anything else, but it's still that much more to deal with.
So it looks like he banked, nice 3 bank with Leebo there. So it looks like he may still be in the fire arc of the Gold Squadron. It's a little difficult to tell right now. Oh, no, he's definitely not anymore.
But I think he can't do that because you'll land. Yeah, he would have
Denied.
barrel rolled onto an asteroid.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Well, it is what it is. This way he can use his Recon Specialist and get double focus.
Yeah. So it's gonna be close. We'll have to see if Chris is in Fire Arc to start the stress machine.
Well, I'm almost expecting Chris now to, if he has the ability to go towards Leebo and help finish him off. Just because, you know, the Falcon's veering off. It's playing to, I mean, yeah, he's going to turn around in future turns, but it's kind of playing to what Chris wants.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that I'm guilty of, is falling into the trap of always trying to proc Lone Wolf. That it's better if you don't. So, you know, at this point, yeah, if Chris can just gang up on one ship and kill it, go for it. That will serve him better in the long run.
Yeah, and with the Mangler Cannon the way that it is, he doesn't really care if he's within range 1 or range 2 or range 3. He's going to get 3 attack dice no matter what. The only difference is whether or not he gets to change a hit to a crit.
It's not the donut of doom, it's the pancake of death.
And I love pancakes. They're buttery and, because we're Canadian, maple syrupy.
Yeah. So here we go. We got some opening salvos of the game.
I don't. Yeah, I think you weren't originally, but I think you.
Let's see who Leebo decides to go after.
I don't know what Leebo's planning on doing. I mean, he can probably fire at that B-wing with 3 attack dice, or he could fire at Dash. He just doesn't have a lot of good options. If he fires at Dash, he might get the 4 attack dice. I couldn't really see whether or not he was within the range 1 band.
Yeah.
So he wasn't. So then he gets to fire 4 attack dice.
Oh, and checking there for Lone Wolf.
Yeah. Dash will take 3.
Looks like he got some damage onto Dash. But Leebo's going to be in a difficult spot now, unless he decides to K-turn next turn, which is going to be difficult with Dash sitting right there.
Yeah, he won't be able to K-turn. What he'll probably do is he'll probably bank out back towards him, and just take up some space. Just take up, viable space for Dash. Fortunately, Dash can just go forward.
Good, solid damage coming into Dash though. Got both Leebo and Chewie just focusing on him, but Chris has been evading most of it.
Yeah.
So here's scary. Here's a B-wing at range 1.
Oh, brutal.
Some good 4 potentials. Good hits there. Or 3 potentials, sorry. 1 dice was knocked. And some nice evasion there, but still, that's at least 1 point going through. And so now, moment of truth.
Y-wing's gonna shoot with his primary.
Looks like the Y-wing is in arc.
Here comes the stress magnet.
Here we go. And so it begins.
Game of everything nowadays.
So now Leebo is...
Yeah, so he'll. I do have a
At this point, the Y-wing, the Gold Squadron, he doesn't even have to try to hurt him. If he's just going to stress him out, that's all he's going to do his job.
Yeah, and getting 2 stress onto Leebo means that you don't have to worry too much about what he's going to do. He kind of has to start doing green maneuvers.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Chris has 3 hits, so that's a point of damage from the ion turret. And an ion token.
So stressed out, ionized.
Unless, yeah, there it is. So yeah, point of damage, stressed.
Yeah.
Looks like Chris had rolled a focus on one of his attack dice. So no ion this turn, but still 2 stress.
That would be really scary. I mean, not only are you stressed, you can't clear your stress, and you have to go straight forward, so you're completely predictable where you're going to go.
Unless Leebo has 2 uninterrupted turns of that Y-wing not shooting it, he is not going to clear his stress for the rest of the game.
And that's almost impossible at this point if he did hit him with a ion turret, because he doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah. He goes in trouble. So we'll see. See what's happening. I think a fair guess for Leebo is just try to burn as hard as you can out of there.
Yeah.
Meet up with Chewie.
So I'm surprised that he's not using his advanced sensors here to like barrel roll, but I think it's fine because this way he can, you know, he can, for the most part, he's not going to be tapping into Leebo. He doesn't have to worry about not being able to shoot him.
This is interesting. So Leebo just nice, easy bank. It's a bump into dash. I mean, he's not losing any actions because he doesn't get them anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe just trying to clear as much of the stress as he can.
I think also just be a general nuisance. Try to get in the way.
That's fair. Now you got a K turn on the Falcon. So it looks like he's opted for trying to get Chewie back into the fight as quickly as possible.
Well, him banking off like that means that the Falcon was not going to be in the fight. And for a lot of players, that's kind of a good thing. But when you have so much durability like you have here with, you know, Dash Rendar and B wings and Y wings, it's just a matter of taking out a couple of TIE fighters.
Yeah, you need as many guns firing as often as you can.
And the fact that Chewie is geared to be effective gunboat with Gunner being on Chewie, and the fact that he has Predator, you know, not making use of those abilities, not making use of the points that you spend, it's going to hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. There's that Mangler Cannon out the back. Well, Lone Wolf hopefully getting work done for Mathieu. Fortunately, didn't work there, but still, Leebo's getting focused.
Yeah, he's way out there.
And while the Y-Wing is stressed, the fact that he can just keep on pouring stress onto him, I mean, it's going to be brutal.
That Y-Wing is just going to have a pile of stress, probably 3 inches tall.
But at the same time, even if he's stressed, it doesn't really matter.
He doesn't care at this point, no. Because if he can hard control his opponent, he doesn't care if he hits.
I mean, like, the action economy of a Y-Wing is what? You can target lock or you can focus. Whereas on Leebo, you can barrel roll. If you spend focus, you get 2 focus. So negating that ability is huge.
Looks like he's opted to put Leebo into dash, try to get as many points of damage onto the big ship as possible.
Yeah, hopefully, I guess, from Mathieu's perspective, being able to eliminate dash means that the Falcon can clean up house. I mean, the Y-Wing and the B-Wing is not that difficult to deal with, especially since they're not really souped up at all.
Yeah. Not for a fairly durable Chewie. But we do have a range 1 Y-Wing into the back of Leebo. Looks like a couple potential hits. Gets 1 through. And then here's the scary one. Here's the ion turret.
Oh boy.
Perhaps not that scary. Oh, looks like he still has a target lock from earlier. There it goes. So 2 potential.
And we're doing another strike.
Looks like Leebo will be ioned this turn.
So 2 damage. Or no, 1 damage.
Or at least he has halfway there. There's a point of damage and an ion token.
Yeah. Pretty solid. That Leebo is pretty predictable for the next little while.
Well, he's not completely ioned yet, but he is not happy.
But he wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Oh, for sure. Also risk drifting into an obstacle. You know, at worst, drifting right off the board.
And this is a really tricky spot for Mathieu because he wants to do green maneuvers, and admittedly, Outrider has some amazing green maneuvers. But he doesn't want to stay too close to that fight. And 2 attack dice coming out the butt of an Outrider is not as impressive as the just sheer amount of attack power that Chris has putting forward into Leebo. And if he can deal with Leebo and eliminate him before the Falcon gets around to the fight, then the deck is going to be stacked into Chris's favor.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, Leebo, if he has stuff at range 1 of him, that's 3 attack dice. That's not bad. But that means there's something in range 1 of him, which is definitely not where you want.
Yeah, and for the most part, when it comes to something like a B-Wing, that's probably going to get 4 attack dice back.
Yeah. That's... Well, even if that Y-Wing's sitting at range 1, at this point, that's... not... that is not a negligible amount of damage that is coming out of that.
Yeah.
It looks like Chris is just trying to cover as much of the board as he can, set up a bit of a kill box, just focus down Leebo as fast as possible.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that he didn't go a little more forward on the other side to kind of cut Leebo off. Not to say cut him off, but keep on his butt. But I mean, Leebo has the ability to do like a three hard turn. He just has a lot of maneuverability, so I guess I can agree with Chris and not sort of pushing the envelope, but
still, yeah, it's gonna be again close, but Leebo may still be in the Gold Squadron's fire arc. Which this turn he definitely does not want to be in.
Leebo hasn't gone yet, so that's...
Oh yeah, well, he did just... And here we go, here's Dash. Oh. Looks like Chris has opted to have Dash start getting in a head-on into Chewie, maybe distract him a bit. Start putting some preliminary damage into him.
Well, it's not necessarily the fight that he wants, but you know, it's a good way of clearing. If the Falcon wants to go head forward next turn, that's more into Chris's maneuver. So he's kind of playing a really cool game of chicken.
And the neat thing here, Dash landed on a debris cloud, but he ignores them. So he's not stressed, and not a potential crit.
Yeah, Dash really is a baller.
Yeah. Get some Mangler Cannon shots off onto Chewie.
No, Leebo and Chewie.
Maybe some damage. We'll see. Looks like Chewie's gonna fire back. So he's not in range 1, which is good.
Yeah.
That would be the scary part.
Yeah, range 1, 4 attack dice coming into Dash, 2 defense dice. Yeah, the focus is nice, but that's not what he wants. This way, a nice even 3-on-3 is pretty solid.
Yeah. 3-on-2 is not bad. And he has his focus, so that does even it out a little more. Mathieu is debating on who to shoot at.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other at this point.
Yeah.
He's going after one of the fighters. Both of them have 1 defense dice.
I guess says he's the Y-Wing just because that thing's been pissing him off the entire game.
Yeah, and if the Falcon gets close enough to the Y-Wing, the Y-Wing can just do the exact same thing on the Falcon. And that's going to be another nightmare for the Falcon, because not having that awesome amount of actions with the title, the Falcon title, not having access to that makes the Falcon just that much easier to deal with.
Oh, for sure. Here we go. There's the B-Wing, taking some shots. Looks like a few good hits there. Mathieu is just trying to get work out of Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
Trying to keep Leebo alive.
You can do it!
Oh yeah, that is definitely it. But here's some more stress. And the scary part now is the Ion token.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, Chris doesn't have to do it. I mean, he's going to do it, because why the hell not? But he doesn't have to do it. But yeah, Chris can spend the rest of the game doing green maneuvers, and he probably won't shed that stress.
No. There it is. Leebo is ionized next turn.
Oh, brutal. No actions, being completely predictable, and you don't even get to shed a stretch. What an insult to injury. Chris, you magnificent bastard.
Yeah, that's the sharks smell the blood. Blood's in the water now. This is a turn for just try to finish off Leebo. It's not gonna be pretty.
Chris is my kind of douchebag.
It's an interesting list because we haven't seen something like this in our videos before.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen somebody who is just completely dedicated to taking a ship and saying, "Hey, you, I'm going to ruin your day." And guess what? I'm a Y-wing doing it.
My Y-wing says no.
Yeah. It's not a B-wing. It's a Y-wing.
It's you know.
So some fairly
Cutting edge technology in the Clone Wars.
Yeah. So
we've got some debate going on. Not sure exactly what, but you know, that's okay. I'm sure it's eminently interesting.
get to rolling some more attack dice. I like seeing red dice. Rolling more dice is more fun, right, Matt?
Yes, usually.
That's why you like Flying Phantoms.
Yes. It's heavy strategizing, preparing for maneuvers.
Okay. So you will focus.
Yeah, this should prove to be an interesting turn.
I'm trying to figure out exactly where those dials go. On a turn like this one, very interesting. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where that Falcon wants to go. Trying to figure out exactly how you're going to maneuver around that with dash. I know exactly where Leebo is going to go.
Yeah.
He's going one forward, so you don't have to worry about that.
I mean, it may be predictable with the Falcon, but I want to say coming towards us, between the two asteroids, may be his best option.
I would probably say do a one hard maneuver
That would be the other one.
towards Chris. That way he can start to help Leebo out, but he doesn't get too close to that godforsaken Y-wing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I mean, the B-wing is very predictable. The B-wing's just going to try to cut him down.
Oh yes.
Like,
he's got a target lock. He's going to focus up, and that's going to be a hurting unit.
there's some rounds where putting the dial down is just a formality, and this is one of those rounds.
So it looks like Chris has opted to. He trusts his B-wing to, maybe not necessarily this turn, but he trusts his B-wing to finish the job.
Yeah. Oh, it's very solid. The B-wing has enough attack power to be able to do something, to, as you said, finish the job. He's going to be stressed out for a while, so he doesn't have to worry about actions coming back to bite him in the butt. And 2 attack dice isn't very impressive when it has no action economy behind it. That Y-wing is more like looking at the Falcon, saying, now I've had my main course, now it's time for dessert.
So here it is. Looks like Mathieu took your advice to heart. And there's a one hard turn. Now we'll see if Dash bumps him. Because if he can have Dash bump him, he'll have at least a turn of reprieve from that.
Yeah, and if Mathieu has been focusing the Y-wing, having the Falcon just finish the job on the Y-wing might be very helpful.
Looks like Chris just went forward.
Doesn't need.
Smart idea.
Doesn't even need. Yeah, he knows exactly where the Falcon is going to, or was. So if he can land in that spot, then he's pretty good.
There we go. Got some nice Mangler Cannon. Unfortunately, the hit to crit does nothing against Chewie, but yeah, still some damage.
It looks cool.
It does. Thematically, I like the idea of it.
Yeah, but more than that, it strips away the C-3PO and the title and all of those other things all those other goodies that might keep it from taking ion tokens, that kind of thing.
Yeah. It looks like this turn he's going to try to kill that Y-wing if he can.
Yeah, it's a solid tactic. I mean, firing at the B-wing might be through an asteroid. I can't tell.
and unfortunately the cards aren't, the damage deck is not on the table, and so we can't exactly see where the damage is right now, but
Don't worry, we fix that later.
yeah.
Yeah, it's but I mean that Y-wing has been focused for most of the game, so and it's strange to say the Y-wing is kind of the primary threat right now.
Yeah, the Y-wing. Kill the Y-wing. It's
It
the
is.
scariest thing on the board.
It's so weird. It's like an oxymoron, but you know, sun's gotta shine out of everywhere sometime.
Scary Y-wing?
Yeah.
That's not in Scum?
No. Taking the shots anyway. Looks like he's managed to survive so far.
Bad news bears for Chewie.
Definitely.
I mean,
That's two stress tokens. If he lives this turn, there's 2 stress tokens on Chewie.
yeah. And to be fair, I mean, I can see it being stressful being fired at by a Y-wing. It's like, what? Somebody has the balls to fly a Y-wing directly at me? Jesus.
It's interesting for sure.
Looks like the range 2 band is wood from here. That means the turret gets to fire.
Yep, that's encouraging. Looks like a point of damage went through on the Y-wing though. He's still kicking.
Keep on trucking.
By God, he is still kicking. There's that B-wing, range 2. Focus up, 3 hits. Lone Wolf, try to stay alive.
2 damage, so you're at 1 health. Okay. Now down for the fun part.
Not dead yet.
Hooey!
Wow, Leebo will not die.
This turn,
He has the it will not die rule.
He is a robot.
yeah.
It's true.
Primary, we're gonna do.
There we go.
Watch out!
Going
We got
to
1 hit.
that gold squadron is going to apply his tender affection to Chewbacca.
So shiny, so chrome.
Damage.
Not anymore.
And then an ion turret. Man, this list is actually fun.
Here it is. Can he do the same ion shenanigans?
So 2 hits on the
Well,
ion.
next turn anyway. But
Yeah, you're taking. Yeah, so.
and there's a
that's
point,
stress and an ion.
a stress, and a token, and an ion token.
So much stress. So much stress. I really feel bad for Chewie.
I feel bad for that gold squadron pilot. He's probably just vibrating in his chair. It's like, ah, they're after me. They're coming out of my headphones.
Yeah, he has to go right out of a Y-wing into a straight jacket after this.
Too much coffee, dude. Way too much coffee. Here we go.
I'm surprised he hasn't had a heart attack yet.
Yeah. So Chris is he's chasing Leebo down. Leebo's maneuvers are at this point they're pretty much restricted to turning right.
Yeah, he can turn right. He can turn left. He can do a 1 left, 1 hard left. But whether or not he's going to do that, because the Outrider can do that, if I remember correctly.
That'll be close.
The Outrider has an amazing dial.
It does. It's not as good as the Falcon, but it's still a really good dial.
Clear the stress. The goal is to get more stress. Achievement unlocked.
We'll see.
I mean, if he can do a 1 hard left, then I would say that he should, to get in close to the Falcon. Yeah, you're not going to benefit from Lone Wolf, but you need to get your group together. You need to have the B-wing chase over the Falcon, maybe even pull a Carillion maneuver, and once you're able to do that, just then focus on Dash.
Well, we did have our answer. The Outrider does have a 1-man turn.
Oh, I thought it did. It's been a while since I've had a look at some of the rebel ship dials, just because I like to be an Imperial dog.
Looks like Chris's Y-wing may have run aground this turn. A little unfortunate. Dash, it's all up to you on your overly large compensating stand.
Well, I mean, it's good for Dash because Dash can. The Falcon's probably going to be focusing the Y-wing, just to put it in the dirt. And in the meantime, Dash is happy to fire 3 attack dice into the Falcon.
Just pepper him with Mangler Cannon shots.
He's stressed, so he doesn't get the title. Doesn't get the Falcon evade token.
Yep. Nice. Both players using Lone Wolf
Yep, so
to their advantage for sure.
It's very good, especially since, you know, if you have a Recon Specialist, you have that focus. You can use it both for attack and defense. You can you don't have to worry about target locking.
feels used. Your guy takes shoot.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so now the debate. Who does Mathieu shoot at? So that's a 2 defense dice Y-Wing? I mean, it will be a 4 attack dice, by the looks of it.
Oh, with Leebo?
Yeah, with Chewie into the Y-Wing, yeah.
Well, Chewie into the Y-Wing,
Yep, follow skill 2.
4 attack dice versus 1 defense dice. The 2 defense dice against. Yeah, why is he getting 2 defense dice?
Oh, the Chewie shooting the Y-Wing through the asteroid.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I was wondering why I was I was wondering why the Y-Wing looked kind of funny. It's because it's an asteroid.
Yep. He's still surviving.
Yeah.
There we go.
The rolls on the back end of the game were good. You had a really good first turn, and then kind of the dice.
Heavy discussion.
Trying to figure out exactly what to do, where they want to go.
Looks like.
I mean, when it comes to these kind of matches like regionals, you're trying to, you know, play to your strengths and play to the strategy that you've developed. And when something like the stress machine is pouring out on you, just trying to figure out how to deal with it in the heat of the moment.
Just the curveball it'll throw you for sure.
Yeah, and then on top of that, you have Dash being a dick and a B-wing that's just gunning down Leebo. It's a lot to try to figure out. And
there it goes.
And what I said, B-wing was able to finish the job.
Yep.
3 hits and a crit.
So Chris is now in
You get 2 dice.
a good position.
Chris is in a really solid position.
If he needs to, he can have his Y-wing blow up, and he'll still win on points.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dash has been pretty much untouched at this point, and Dash can fly circles around the board and not even have to worry about it. But I think there's plenty of time left in the match for him to focus down the Falcon. That Y-wing, if it can get a good angle on the Falcon, it can seriously screw up the Falcon for later turns.
Oh yeah, it's range 1. So he's going to shoot his primary.
It looks
He
like,
gets 2
oh,
dice.
he did not land on the asteroid.
He's so good at this game.
Just. Oh, that is terribly unfortunate
Take 1 damage.
for Chewie.
And then he's going to use his
So here it is, the moment of truth. Is Chewbacca going to be ioned next turn?
That's crazy.
The answer is maybe?
Yeah, so you're going to take
It looks
1
like the
damage
answer
and take
is
1
Chris rolled 3 hits, so yes. The answer is yes, he is.
I put the
Oh, and he used his C-3PO earlier on, so he couldn't even guess it.
You're locked into a 1.
So ionized, stressed, not a good turn, and because he's ionized, the B-wing knows exactly where he's going to go. Dash knows exactly where he's going to go, and the
Here it is,
Y-wing is
2K
probably
turn.
going to fly
Yep.
through an asteroid. Yeah,
Oh, the Y-wing's definitely flying through an asteroid, but I think at this point, he's done his job.
and the advanced sensor trigger for the target lock before the K turn.
Yeah, this is a good spot for that B-wing.
2. Oh no, a rock.
The Y-wing just flying parallel.
Just trying to survive. We'll see if he crashes and burns.
Crit, man.
Excellent flying by Chris at this point.
Very nice. Well, it looks like there's a point of damage.
Oh, my dice always.
Well, that's the nice thing about the Y-wing, though. It's just got so much bloody health.
Yeah.
And Chewie-
It is tanky and it is tough. Not as tough as the B-wing, but it's still pretty tough.
There. Oh, just that
And that is
that huge base, or that large base coming into effect of, yeah, it's only 1 forward, but hey, that Y-wing's still in fire arc of you now.
Yeah. Chewie is in the perfect kill box, and that is not a good place to be for him.
No, it really isn't. It's a nice setup. A nice synergy in Chris's list here.
Dash shoots first. He's going to shoot you with the Mangler Cannon.
Which is really nice to see, despite the fact that none of the card texts on the for the pilots have synergy. It is synergy that he has designed, he has created to work with each other.
Oh, he's too close to trigger Lone Wolf.
That's not the worst thing that could happen.
No, no, it's not. At this point of the game, it is definitely not.
I'm a big fan of the huge pile of
Like
stress.
he knows exactly what's happening.
That's absurd.
I think the guy's going to need an adrenaline shot when he gets back there, or else his heart's going to stop.
Chris is going to need a little dustbuster to try to take all those tokens off the field.
Alright, 3 hits. I maybe don't explode.
So here he is. He evades one of them.
What an asshole.
The Predator is getting work done for Mathieu here. Just targeting those low pilot skill abilities. He has half a target lock already, even while stressed.
Absolutely.
That's not too bad. But man, that Y-wing just will not die. A couple hits potentially from the B-wing.
So I think Mathieu just wants to deal with that Y-wing so badly. He just wants it off the board. He wants to get rid of it. He doesn't want any more stress. He doesn't want any more ion tokens. He doesn't want any more damage from that Y-wing.
And it's, oh man, it is for, you know, what, 25 points, 26 points? Something dirt cheap. It's doing a lot of work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 25 points. Stress for the stress god.
Yep. I mean, at this point, you don't even need the stress. It's kind of just, hey, I can stress you because I can. I don't need to, but I'm good.
Like I said, my kind of douche.
Yeah, that's...
So,
that is ridiculous.
bank one.
That pile.
Delicious stress.
Well, at least now he knows exactly how many times he has shot.
That's true.
Gonna target Chewie.
Here we go, get the B-wing.
Box. Like maybe it'll come into.
Probably not going to be able to shoot this turn, and he may block. He may well block a maneuver lane, but at least it clears his stress to get turned around for next turn. Which is probably what Chris wants at this point for that B-wing.
Oh yeah. He's trying to set up another kill box so he can take advantage of it, and it's worked for him in the past. Will it work for him again?
And I suppose that's that one nice thing about that Y-wing, just constantly being stressed, is you really don't care if you bump your own ships during your turn.
No.
Or bump your enemy ships during your turn.
Alright, so Mathieu is flying away from Dash, probably the smart choice. He's also getting out of the firing arc of the B-wing.
So he just can't escape that Y-wing. He cannot get away from a Y-wing.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't care about actions, right? When you don't care about actions with a pilot or a fighter, there's so much more realms of possibility on how you're going to use your own ships to block you, to make full effect of your firing arc, that kind of thing. And Chris has really been playing into that strength. I got stress on my mind now, so...
Dash is... I think Dash is a little drunk right now because he hasn't been hitting very much.
He just doesn't
He's
care.
probably just jealous of that Y-wing.
His heart is not in the game.
Yeah.
Dash has just been flying around lazily, joyriding.
Here we go. 4 attack dice into that Y-wing. There's at least 2 points of damage.
Will it kill it?
Oh, it's gotta kill it.
Now I can do catering.
Yeah!
Get that stress out of here. We don't want to see any more of that.
Moral victory, right?
Yeah.
That was absurd.
Oh, if I was playing, I would be so happy. Not that I'm probably gonna win, but that I finally dealt with that stupid Y-wing.
Yeah. Here we go. Advanced sensors for focus, 2K turn. Lovely the efficiency of the B-wing.
B-wing's a great jouster, and
Yes.
definitely get to see it play to that strength now.
Chewie's going to have to go pretty fast to not be in a fire arc next for this turn.
But at the same time, see, this is the real struggle, and the struggle is real. The fact of the matter is, Mathieu can't just fly around saying, hey, I'm going to win if I, just fly around and be cozy because I killed the Y-Wing. That Y-Wing was only 25 points. Leebo was way way more expensive than that. So Chris is winning, so he has to stay engaged. He has to be in the fight. And unfortunately, that B-Wing and Dash are just going to bunny hop. They're not going to go that much farther away from each other.
No.
Even though, you know, Dash has Lone Wolf, at this point in the game, it's better to just deal with it.
And there it is.
Yeah,
That's Chewie gone.
That's Chewie gone, and Chris goes on to the next round of the top tables.
Very interesting list. I really enjoyed that.
I'm looking forward to seeing how other players can deal with that, if they can, on the fly, deal with the sheer amount of stress that's being put out. It's very interesting to see how he flew it. Very reminiscent of Scum and Villainy.
Oh, for sure.
As I mentioned earlier. But I'm very interested in seeing it in other videos. I hope you guys are too. We're going to move on to the next round and see what kind of interesting lists we'll have there. People vying for the top. So if you like this video, please like it.
You can subscribe to the channel. It helps us out. We're on Facebook. We're the Northern Gaming Network. You can visit us at northerngamingnetwork.com. And we're on Twitter at NorthGameNet. Thanks for watching, guys.
See you next time.